Toby unknowingly and playfully played around with the gift that opened so many doors for him. What are you toying around with that you think that's not your gift, that actually could be your gift, that can relieve you of the frustration that you're experiencing in your life or in your relationship? What is it? But it took a mastermind like CJ, but even in the mastermind of CJ, still not knowing the totality of his gift, but had enough glimpse of the gift to say, you need to do something with that. How many of you are sitting on stuff that people said you need to do something with that, and you still sitting on it, but you're still frustrated? Now, I'm not saying that the frustration is going to go away, but what happens is the longer you push away the process of cultivating the gift that's within, the longer it's going to take for you to reap the benefits of the process of you experiencing the wealth or whatever that looks like for you can come from experiencing that gift.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by Motivated Apparel. Motivated Apparel, the premier gear for motivation. A brand that motivates, inspires, and empowers you to stay motivated while chasing your dreams. Head on over to www.shiftmotivations.com/shop Motivated Apparel and grab yourself some Motivated Apparel today.
Yo, what up, world? What it do? Hey, welcome to another episode of the Blueprint to Success podcast. Yo, this your host, Mike Mariner, a.k.a. the Shift Motivator. Hey, I'm joined with my brother from another mother, man. Y'all give it up to my boy, Alxndr Hall. What it do, brother?
Yo, what's good, man? What's cracking? What's going on?
Don't forget the parade wave, dog. Don't forget the parade
wave. That's that Barack Obama wave right there, man.
Yeah, that right. Yeah, get right.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, y'all know how it is, man. And y'all also, man, give it up from my brother from the same mother. Man, y'all give it up for my boy, Boy Wonda. Big bag. Big bag. How you doing? Big bag. Big bag. How you doing? How you doing? What's good, fellas? What's popping? What's crack-a-lagging, man?
Doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Getting ready for taking the city bash.
Taking the city bash.
Who all gonna be there? Who all gonna be there? Let us know.
KB, Miles Minnick.
Big KB, Big Mouse.
Yep. Angie Rose.
Big Angie Rose.
And her record went #1 in 4 countries.
Shouts out to Angie Rose, for sure.
Congrats to you, girl.
Yep.
And also, Bree Duval. She's gonna be in the building.
Bree Duval, Big Bree. Who else? That's it?
Yeah, because those are the headliners.
Okay.
And then we have another group that'll be kind of open up a little bit there, and then when Friday night we have like different artist showcases too. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a 2-day weekend type event.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Another busy weekend.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
gonna be good. I'm excited. I'm just ready to get away.
Getaways are good. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, big bro?
Yeah, same.
I know.
Yeah, what's going on with Big Mike? What's going on?
Same thing I do every day, Pinky. Trying to take over the world.
Yeah, Bray.
Trying to shift the world, huh?
More in there, Bray.
Oh.
trying to shift, motivate the world.
Same thing we do.
That's
every day,
it,
Pinky.
man. The grind don't stop. The grind don't stop. Yeah. So.
It don't.
No. Just trying to leave an imprint, man. That's it. Trying to knock some doors down, knock some opportunities up, and make some impact for babies.
Yes.
To the world.
That's it. I just came off the dome. Knock some opportunities up and make some impact for babies.
Lord
Oh
Glory
my
to God.
goodness. That's a whole metaphor right there, boy.
Bro, that's a full bar.
Where that come from?
Oh my
Been hanging around us too long. He's becoming a rapper.
Oh my goodness.
Give me the pen, boss. Give me the pen. Let's go.
Oh Lord.
Let's go in the lab.
He's becoming a rapper. And he's spitting.
That was a whole bar right there.
Man.
That part.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's my favorite soundbite. I ain't even gonna care. I'm gonna just download that.
Hey, but look though, man, I've been doing that though. I've been doing
Yeah,
that.
dog.
I've been doing that, bro.
Oh man.
I'm gonna put that on my text
For
tone.
sure.
Yes, sir.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to pause for a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, remember if I hit play or not?
Oh no, Mike.
Lord. I'll just clip it right here.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah, that ain't no big thing.
No big thing.
So let me go check that real quick.
Facts.
I think I did, but it's like when my stomach checked me like that, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Get through the whole thing and find out I forgot.
Okay, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
No, I do like I did last time. I just clipped it right there. It kept it right on moving.
Okay, cool.
Facts.
15 minutes later.
Bling. Oh Lord.
You did?
I'd rather be safe than sorry. I don't want to talk for a whole hour and be like, oh shoot, I forgot it.
Your shoes good?
Facts.
It's in the beginning stages too, so I just clip it.
That's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, man, it's
Big yawn.
ooh Lord. Yeah, how was the what's the name of the event? Straight Foolishness, man.
That was really good, man. We had a lot of different artists come out. They showcased their talents and gifts, and then we had like a head-to-head comic battle. So we had like 8 different comics, and so man, just everybody just engagement through the whole time. I was just paying attention, and I'm big on that. Just try to see, try to get a gauge to see how you think a show would go. But man, they were locked in, bro.
Yeah.
They were encouraged. They were just, and it seemed like it was a hard crowd at first, like far as going into the deeper comedy session of it. And but it's just like people was loosening up. I remember when Knowledge went on stage. Shout out to my boy Knowledge.
Yeah, for
He was
sure.
like, hey, do I need to talk to y'all like this? Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, he got that voice, boy.
Y'all good? Y'all good? Yes.
Oh, yeah, he got that voice. He definitely got that voice, for sure.
No, I'm gonna start calling him Knowledge White. You know what I'm saying? Barry White or hip hop.
Yeah, he got that voice, for sure.
But nah, it was good though, man. It was really good. People was engaged, and man, we had a blast, dog. Like, it was exhausting though, boy.
Oh, I'm quite sure.
But 3 hours of sleep, cause we set up the night before, came back, went back to Orlando, and finished setting up everything, like the little stuff, and making sure that was squared away. Then behind the scenes, going up, going back, introducing and setting up, breaking down. So it was, bruh. It was a great event though. Like, it was all worth it. Like, shout out to Curtis too, man. Curtis Bateman, straightfoolishness.com. Make sure y'all check that out so y'all know when the next event is going down. STR8foolishness.com. Like,
For sure.
Yeah, man. I was actually when I was looking at everything, I was gonna try to go, but I was trying to figure out what do I want to do. I don't know if I can last all day, cause I was like, I'm just being real with myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I can last all day, but then when went out of town this weekend on ministry with pastor, so we ended up help serve on in Georgia, so which I'm glad I went, cause that was.
how did that go?
It was a great. Oh man. Amazing. Yeah, we had a good time. Just kind of bonding with brotherhood. One of the other brothers went. And so we left early Friday morning, and it's a small town on the way somewhere in Florida. I forgot the name of the town. They ended up having to do a couples with him and Dr. Lynn. They did a couples thing, so they had to talk for about 30, 40 minutes maybe.
Right.
That was mind blowing. And so the thing was family, and so just their perspective and how they came with it.
Right.
I was like, man, I was taking notes, and so then she had to split up because she had to go to one part of Georgia, he had to go to another part of Georgia.
Oh wow.
So she was at the women's conference at her parents' church, and then he had to preach at one of the churches up on the More Sure Word, which is who we up under as well. So he ended up having to go down there, and so man, it was good, man. It was kind of road trip bonding time a little bit because I hadn't really been on the road with him ministry wise in a while because of schedule conflict. So because there's a couple times that he had went up to the in gatherings because they were having them a lot in Tennessee. So, but I was already booked for stuff, so I couldn't go. So, but yeah, but it was good, man. We had a ball. That's good. Stopped by Buc-ee's on that. I had my first experience with Buc-ee's, man.
I told y'all that Buc-ee's is something serious, bro.
I'm gonna have to go there when I go.
Man, I'm telling you, bro.
Bruh, that ain't no gas station. That's an amusement park.
Yeah.
Ain't no. I was like, man, boy, I walked by people everywhere, cars everywhere. I'm like, good Lord, is this an amusement park?
I'm telling my moms love Buc-ee's, bro. They got pictures with the beaver, bro. They just,
they with it. Yeah, I'm like, man, they got a mascot too.
A whole night.
I'm like, bro, I'm sold though, dog. I'm like, dang, man.
The cookies, bro.
Oh yeah,
chocolate chip cookies.
I grabbed me some of that. That brisket sandwich. Oh my Jesus. Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
I like, man, I should have grabbed 2 of them joints.
Their breakfast burrito banging too.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. And I was looking at the reviews online, and people were saying, man, everything in there tastes good. Like, I hadn't had nothing in there that tastes bad.
I know one thing that's not bust down for sure. That I was disappointed with Buc-ee's for this. No cap.
What was that?
The coffee is super whack.
I'm not a coffee drinker,
is not the business. I was like, hold on, y'all supposed to have like next to Starbucks coffee.
Yeah, I'm not big on coffee, so they all taste the same to me.
Y'all John whack. They got the whack. It's just they got.
I mean, I can tell watered down. I mean, I can't tell watered down coffee, but
it wasn't. I was like,
so straight. I said next time we ride up, so definitely I'm gonna have to try something, mate. Cause I remember when one of the coaches is like they had went up with one of his homeboys. He said, man, he said he came out with a bunch of sandwiches. He said, man, this for the trip.
Okay.
I said, and that was like one of the first things I thought about. I said, boy, I see why, boy. This sandwich is busting. Boy. I'm like, ooh, I can eat me another one of these.
Jesus.
Yo, when you go, you're gonna spend at least $25, bro.
I'm pretty sure it's worth it.
And if you got a girl, it's gonna be like around
it's worth it,
45, 50.
So
I guess I got that. What I did was the so I went down to soda line to taste different because I've seen something I ain't never seen before. I know that's their brand or whatever. So I was like, ooh, they got pineapple. Okay. Ooh, orange sickle. I said, ooh. So I said, I'm finna mix both of these. So I guess that pineapple one is kind of like a favorite because when I was reading the reviews, a lot of people was talking about the fountain sodas, and then a lot of them was talking about the pineapple and the orange. And they got their own, Buc-ee's, whatever. But yeah, it was a great experience, guy. It was a great experience.
It's funny you said read reviews, bro. You and Faith, bro. Y'all read. I never read reviews.
I mean, I don't like.
It depends.
It depends.
Yeah.
I don't mean like it's my all tell all because if I want to try it, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
But I at least want to see what are people saying about it.
I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
That's why I think I'm gonna start reading reviews now.
Oh man, I read reviews on everything now because it's you almost have to because it's like customer service is so non-existent now. So you want to kind of see what you're getting without getting it.
Yeah.
if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I'm reading reviews. Like, what are they saying? Like, I've not booked hotel rooms because of reviews.
Yep.
They're like, I'm like, okay, too many people saying the same thing. And I'm not saying that's gonna be my experience, but for that kind of money, I ain't willing to risk it. Nope. Next.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you spending a couple of dollars, then you know you ain't really gonna. But when nah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start reading reviews now.
Not gonna be able to do it. But yeah, that was definitely a highlight.
Yeah, I saw Mission Impossible.
Oh yeah. I remember you said. I'm gonna check.
How's that?
It was fire.
Facts.
It's fire, bro. And it's always great when you go with a nice date. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's fire though.
Yeah.
It's fire though. It's really good. Like, y'all should go see it.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
And in movies, they got the moving seats, bro. They got the seats when they be jerking and stuff like that. I was like, hold on,
What
I see that movie.
went to?
We went to
I don't know about no moving seats. You?
I think it's
around here.
Yeah, bro. It's in the Cobb Theater. Like, hold on.
They done
In Winter Haven?
No, it's in Lakeland.
Oh, okay. I haven't been. I haven't been to
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one? The one on the north side or the south side?
North side.
Hold on. So which one's north and south?
So
When you
it's
make
right
a-
there on the other side of the mall.
The mall is the north side. The one by the mall.
The one by the crosstown.
That's the south side.
That one.
Oh, so
Okay.
you went to the village.
Yeah,
Village,
Yeah, I haven't been to that one in a while.
Your man Faith went out there. Went out there. We saw the movie, bro. So we sitting there, right? So we sitting there in our seats, and then they started shooting, boom, 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 and then it was a car scene, but and then my man said, I said, hold on. I said, Faith, why my seat ain't moving? She was like, so I'm pressing the button on my seat. Like, why my seat ain't moving?
They done broke it.
She was like, she said, you ain't paid for us no moving seats. It's not good. I said, oh, I ain't know that. That's how my car crashed. They crashed into. I'm like, oh, snap.
Like almost like
It's
a simulated.
dope, bro.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the seat jerk ain't everything, but it's like a roller coaster in the movie. It's crazy.
Yeah, that simulated event, that experience.
But the movie's good though. It's a good movie. I should go see it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's tough.
Say, why my seat ain't moving?
She was like, you ain't pay for that.
Oh, man.
You good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Ah.
Yeah, and they got no recline seats too. I ain't like that. The movies in the north side got the recline seats. You oh snap.
Hey, you don't want to do that. We'll be watching you.
Man, all the time. All the time, bro. I stay falling asleep, but this movie I didn't fall asleep though.
Yeah.
I was up, yeah.
I fell asleep on the train when I went to go watch Transformers.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's like, you sleep. I said, oh, my bad. And I ain't never felt. I said, this one hit different. It wasn't all that to me. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was. I was trying like, man, we got to go see that. You know, I'm always when Transformers and Fast Furious come out, them my movies. Like,
Yeah,
gotta go see
nice.
that. Gotta go see. But this Transformers one, yeah, it's subpar to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got to go watch it.
Yeah.
Cause usually I'll watch them again.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't got to watch that one. I'm good.
Hey,
I am okay.
No, sir. Don't like it.
For real.
Bro, I heard from my homeboy Matt at the job. Shouts out to Matt. He said he was forced to go see it, which okay, I understand that. But he said that the Barbie movie is actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He says it's pretty good.
People have been saying that.
He says it's good.
People saying it's majority of the people I've seen said that it's good, but a lot of them are saying it's actually not a kid movie though.
Oh, you know, nothing's a kid movie no more.
So it's like
At all.
I was like, boy, you can't win for losing, boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not safe for anybody anymore.
No. Beware.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I ain't gonna go watch it. I know that.
You want the bar movie?
Yeah, I ain't sold on it. So
I would go watch it if I had a reason or a person to go watch it with. And my girl was like,
listen,
I want to go watch it. If she says she want to see the bar movie, we gonna see the
it's
bar
a
movie.
wrap.
It's straight up.
You gonna have to sponsor me going to see a Barbie movie.
I want to do whatever she want to do.
You buy me tickets, popcorn, and a drink. All right.
I mean,
What she want to do.
You have to sponsor me to go watch it. Hey, nah.
He said it was good though. He said it was good.
Yeah, a lot of different ones said it was good. A lot of them said it was some of the scenes and messages and some of the scenes and stuff were good, but they just said, nah, I wouldn't recommend it for kids though. Yeah, but it's like, oh well. Yeah.
man,
Yeah. So anyhow.
bro, I think about how detailed Transformers is, like just over the course of the years,
Oh yeah.
and it's just like, man, like the people that are behind the scenes that come up with that type of technology, basically.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
Literally.
Like, how the heck they do all that?
It's
It's so
like-
interesting. But the scenes and the robots and all that stuff.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, doing all that within a short amount of time, of course, it takes years to make movies depending upon what type of movie you're trying to map out and pan out. You got to, get all the cast and everything. So it's a whole entire process. But thinking about the Transformers specifically, just because, like, what kind of gift do you have to have? What kind of sight do you have to come up with something that massive, that huge, that nobody else has done?
Mm-hmm.
You have to have some type of self-awareness within yourself, or even whatever it is that you want to pursue and go after. So I look at Transformers like, God, dog, and it's like to the very smallest detail.
Mm-hmm.
You got green screen, you got different machines, you got all of this good stuff. But I think about the gift that helps move the culture.
Bro, I'm telling you. Now I will say this. Toby did his thing.
That's crazy.
Like, for this to be that guy first film, Toby did that. That cat got a natural born. That cat got a natural born gift, dog.
Yeah, actually, you know what, bro? This ain't really his first film. Because every time Toby shoot a video, it's a movie, bro. Every time.
Well, yeah, but
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
that's different. Acting and doing a music video
That's
is
so
different.
I know it's different, but the energy that he put into it and the choreography and the stuff, that stuff be a movie, bro. So,
Yeah, it do, but still is different. Like he ain't been on TV. He's not been on TV. He's not been on the movie screen.
Yeah.
And they have
So-
certain things that
Yeah.
has to transpire that he could easily do in a music video, but that he may not be able to
Translate it to the movie screen.
into the movie.
But
Because
to actually bring that character to life. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
Right.
like this is his first speaking movie role.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, for sure.
And dude, like I'm like watching Toby, like that's my uncle, like, like yo man, like Toby like did that. I'm like, man, this cat is just gifted, man. But the crazy thing about it though is when you look at the man's story, the man was trying to make it to the league. He gets hurt, and then somehow gets introduced to CJ and ET, and in a conversation with CJ's like finds out, like, dog, like you need to rap. And so, and I don't know if he was just spitting some bars or something. I don't remember to the detail, but I think so. He was just freestyling or something, and it just blew CJ mind, and he was just playing around. But CJ was like, dog, like, where they come from? So CJ tells him like, you need to rap, and then from him telling him you need to rap, ET starts the label. They don't know nothing about music, so now that sends them on a search.
Journey.
And so, but the journey with CJ, because he's spirit and everything, is all right. This is what we're gonna do. here, boom, you figure it out. It wasn't no instruction manual. It wasn't no 10 steps to this. It wasn't no 7 steps to this. It was like, dog, figure it out. And then it got to the point where he was having conversations with CJ, and the conversation was like real short. It wasn't no long conversation. He was like, dog, you got to figure it out.
Yep.
So, and then I think at one point in time when they finally threw some money at him, they created a budget for him, and he had to do whatever he needed to do within that budget. Of course, it put a couple dollars in his pocket, and it wasn't a large budget because, like I said, they're just coming into, they don't know nothing about the music industry. Right. So basically, they're there sitting there. But the fact that it took somebody outside of him to recognize that, like, dude, you playing with something that's actually a gift that you don't even realize.
Yeah.
And so now, because the Bible tells us, like, your gift will make room for you. So through that gift, he created those Twisted Sundays.
Yeah.
And then from Twisted Sundays, then now he's starting to drop more videos and more videos, and now he's doing all kind of stuff, and now he's events, red carpet events, and BET Awards,
Grammys,
and now Transformers are one of the biggest movies there is out there in the market. You know what I'm saying? So what are you doing? Here's our question to not only just us, but to the audience. Like, what are you doing? We're more than halfway through a whole new year that seems like it just started.
Yep.
So where are you at with your gift? The Bible says that your gift will make room for you. I'm gonna say that once again. Where are you with your gift? So Toby unknowingly and playfully played around with the gift that opened so many doors for him. What are you toying around with that you think that's not your gift, that actually could be your gift, that can relieve you of the frustration that you're experiencing in your life or in your relationship? What is it? But it took a mastermind like CJ, but even in the mastermind of CJ, still not knowing the totality of his gift, but had enough glimpse of the gift to say, you need to do something with that. How many of you are sitting on stuff that people said you need to do something with that, and you still sitting on it, but you're still frustrated? Now, I'm not saying that the frustration is going to go away, but what happens is the longer you push away the process of cultivating the gift that's within, the longer it's going to take for you to reap the benefits of the process of you experiencing the wealth or whatever that looks like for you can come from experiencing that gift.
That's true.
My mentor, Del Torre, always said, when sometimes his best, he said, well, everybody wants success, but then he'll ask this question: do you want success fast or do you want success slow? Everybody wants money. But do you want money fast or do you want money slow? Everybody wants opportunity. Do you want opportunity to come to you fast or do you want it to come slow? And then he waits for the audience to answer, and then he always points back to, well, what are you doing? Because the longer you wait, the longer you sit on it, the slower that it's going to come to you. But the quicker that you move towards it, the faster it has the ability to come to you.
Exactly.
So we have, we got about basically 5 months left in the year. How long are we going to sit and wait on our gift? Are we going to continue to go out and get job after job after job after job and settle? Maybe that's not your career that's going to flourish your gift.
Exactly.
Maybe you've been sitting on a business idea because you're afraid. Maybe because you don't have the 7 or the 10 steps. But what do you have at the end of the day? That's what we want to talk about tonight. That's what we want to get into tonight, man. It's almost closeout time going into 2024. It's crazy. It's like we just came into the year, but it's almost closeout time. What are you going to do? Do you even know what your gift is? How do you discover that gift? What comes easy to you? What comes natural to you? When Toby, that came natural. He was playing with it, guys. It came so natural to him. He was playing with it, but it ended up being a gift that he was just playing with. And say, no, dog, you got a gift, man. How you just come off with the dome like that? That's a gift. That ain't easy
at all.
How do you impact people like that? That's a gift. That ain't easy. You give sound advice. You ever thought about do consulting, coaching? You give sound advice. Get certified as a life coach. These are things we want to just invoke change into somebody tonight, man, just through our conversation at the end of the day. What are you doing with your gift? Your gift will make room for you. What room do you need set up for you and your family? I'm not saying not to do and take care of what you have, but I've been in so many conversations where people are taking on second and third jobs. So the first thing that goes to my mind is, okay, that means you're coming in and out. That means your wife is not seeing you. Your kids are not seeing you.
Yep.
What has changed in your circumstance that's requiring you to put that much time into something else to where that your family won't experience? Yeah, you have to do what you have to do in the moment of time. I get it, but a lot of times I like to stop and I ask them this question, and most of the time these are people that I've had conversations with that I know because I know them personally. They got gifts in them, and they're not pursuing the gift that's in them. So what happens now? So what happens when you take the time away from the very thing that's already in you and you put it in somebody else's gift and time? Because somebody else's gift created the business that you're working for.
Exactly.
You understand? Somebody else's idea created the company that you're working for. And you're sitting on your gift, afraid, frustrated. Now's the time. Now's the time.
Look, God dropped on this on me the other day. It's funny because Pop, my son Rain Sean his middle name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sometimes when he get in trouble, his mom be like, Rain Sean Hall.
He called the whole government. When he called the whole government, boy, you already know you in trouble.
You better stand the 10 hood.
Yeah, sometimes I call him Sean just to let him know that, But so me and Pop, I took him back to Georgia to get ready for school because he starts school next week. So before he left, he said, Daddy. And my son be asking him questions. He said, Daddy, why you work 2 jobs? So I'm thinking I'm giving him the adult answer. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't work 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm work 2 jobs. You know, we men, so we giving them whatever the answer. The next day I woke up, God pimp slapped me with this right here.
I say God pimp slap.
Come here, Sad.
Yeah, pimp slap.
Sad, come here.
Where my powder? Where my powder?
What you doing with your papers? With my papers? What you got for me?
You crazy, boy. You crazy. Pimp slapped me. Like he just like pressed this upon my heart, like.
Oh man.
Like when you're young, like when you're like 19, 18, 20, 25, 24, things of that nature. When you're not, may I mind you, everybody have time. It's about the use of that time.
Same 24 hours.
You know what I'm saying? And it's about your location. Like what is your send me your location. You know what I'm saying? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Hey, stop playing. But for real though, like what's your life location? You know what I'm saying? So like when you're 18, 19, 21, 24, 25, 27, basically you are, like, he pressed this upon me. So God speak to you so you can understand, not so your homeboy can understand. You're not your homeboy. What your homeboy grasped when he was 19, you might grasp by 25. It might took you that long to grasp it. He talking to you, he ain't talking to them. So how I understand it, he was like, son, when you're 18, 19, 21, 25, 27, and it hit when you've been those ages, right? So he said, you're investing your time so you can make a future for yourself. So you got a little bit of wiggle room. You're trying different stuff. Investments, you got to diversify your portfolio. You invest in some work, some don't. When you're on the other side, you like 35, 36, 40, 45, 50, 51, and you're still trying to get it right. Like you're still trying to find your vein, find your niche or your niche, you know what I'm saying? You have to strategically sacrifice your time so you can have a future.
Mm-hmm.
When I was like, yo, that just feel that make you it feel funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
you're on the side of the track then.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to like, yo, so whatever I'm doing, I have to think now. I really have to think, okay, how is it gonna affect me 10 years? I'm already 36. In 10 years, I'll be 46. So how do I want to be as a 46-year-old? Because the mother years is gone. So I have to really sacrifice my time. If I have to work a certain amount of hours, I have to work those hours. If I have to work 2 jobs, I have to know why I'm working 2 jobs, and it's not to buy Jordans.
Exactly.
It's not for date nights. Like, why am I doing it? Is it to work this money to stack it and buy an asset to help me produce more money? Is it because I already got too much student loans and I want to work this second job to save up me a bit lump sum of cash so I can pay for my school? Why am I doing it? So you have to sacrifice that time so you can have a future. Versus when you're a younger person, you invest your time so you can make something of yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? So God, that's how he had me to understand it. You know what I'm saying? So a big part of that is the location of where you're at. And what you're doing and why you're doing it.
That's very important, man. Cause that's why, because my heart be going out, bro. It's like, cause everything is crazy, man. It's nothing for people to have $500, $600, $700 car payments. It's like that's the norm. You know what I'm saying? In my world, I'm like, nah, that ain't norm for me. I've set standards, and as a people, man, we don't really understand the economic power we possess because they're only allowed to do what we allow them to do. So if they put something out, we buy it. Guess what? You got them. They got you. Because if I put something out, I mean, look at the housing market right now. It's crazy. It's bananas. You know, it done slowed down a little bit from when it first popped off. But at the end of the day, it's crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Inflation at an all-time high. So, like you're saying, you gotta know your location. You gotta think, man. So it's like, if I'm gonna spend this time because of the decisions that I made, then I have to be honest. Going back to baggage claim again. I have to be honest with myself according to the decision I made and understanding my location. Because when I go to my GPS, I can't go to my destination without putting in my location first.
Yeah,
exactly.
And we're so in a hurry to try to get to the destination, we're not putting in our location. Facts. It's like, no, I want to go here, but you're putting in the wrong location. So it's taking you longer to get there because you're putting in the wrong location. So the faster you put in the correct location, the faster you're able to get to your destination. And so that's what I see a lot of. So a lot of time when I'm in these conversations, you know, because my heart goes out to it, because I know it's like you're in passing. It's like you're getting off here, going here, and then you're on rotation again. So the thing about it is, are we in a position where we've created and developed that mindset that because all that's going to happen is you're going to find yourself back in that same spot 4 or 5 months from where if you hadn't moved the needle.
Bro, you know what? And sometimes, bro, not sometimes, all the time, it's painful when you put in your location.
Yeah.
Because you have to look yourself in the mirror like, okay, you know what? Let me be brutally honest with myself. I am in a financial crisis. Being real is almost obsolete when it comes to you dealing with yourself with a lot of people. You got to be 1,000 times 1,050% honest about where you're really at. If you can't go buy J's, if buying all your kids Jordans all the time, sometimes you got to bless them. Okay, go get fresh. But all that extra, bro, no. No, like we can't go out to eat every weekend. No,
right?
We can't. We not.
Right.
Honestly,
right.
We are.
Right.
And why can't we? The reason why we can't do. You want to know the reason why? Yeah, why? You want to know the reason why? I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you why. Yeah. It's because. Why? Yeah. It's because we have more debt than we have assets. That's why. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
We going to Applebee's every doggone week, and we 40 grand in debt, and we don't own nothing. No, I'm sorry.
Right.
We don't deserve to go out to eat every weekend.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Let's take some of this Applebee money and stack it and buy something to make us some money.
Right. Right.
So we can be on the other side.
Oh man.
I think you said this a couple weeks ago. You was like, people are too busy trying to live the good life instead of actually living the good life.
Mm-hmm.
And once you put in that location of where you're at, you can really see exactly where you're at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can really make real adjustments. Okay, I really do need to go back to school.
Yeah.
Because me working 3 jobs ain't cutting it. I have to add something to myself. So when I step in your doors, I'm getting paid a certain amount of money.
Come on with it, bro.
Talk to him.
Talk that talk, George. Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. And the digger the hole, the longer it take to climb out.
Yep.
So that's why you really have to assess your location and where you're at. If you're over the mark, like I'm 36 years old. So I know I had to be with myself, okay, in 10 years I'm going to be, in 10 years my girl going to be, my son going to be a legal adult in 4 years. He's going to be 18 in 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So how do I want his 20s to look? The rest of the years, hey, it is what it is.
Right.
But I'm still his father, and just because he's 18 does not mean he's not gonna need my mind, my heart, and my pockets, because he might.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Let's be for real. Just because your kid turned 18, your job is not over. No, I told my son, I don't even want you leaving the house when you turn 18. Well, Daddy, I'm trying to go. You ain't trying to do nothing. I'm trying to.
How is he trying to go to school?
I'm trying to. Either you be on campus, so I said, son, if you're going to college when you're here, you can stay here. It's fine. You don't have to leave. If you know, I say if you just want to go, that's on you. But I'm gonna let you know what's out there,
Bruh. He gonna wish, bruh. I be in so many conversations. I be like, boy, if I can go back,
bro. Look,
everybody say that now, man. Adulting be adulting.
The worst thing that everybody have their criticism, not criticism, but. You have parents, you can look at what's popped off with them. As you've been an adult, you be like, hey, my parents dropped the ball right here. I'm pretty sure when my son get older, he'll be like, Daddy dropped the ball right here. But one thing that I know that my mom and my stepdad fumbled on, when my son's mom, she had an apartment over on the east side of Temple. She had an apartment over there when she was younger. We was like 19, 20. And I wanted to move out to go live with my girlfriend at the time. And I was like, bro, I just turned 18 or something, just turned 19, bro. I didn't know. I barely found out how to tie my shoes, you know what I'm saying? I'm 19 years old, right? They just let me leave, bro. Ain't no trying to talk me into what am I doing? They're like, that is, oh my goodness, that's at least say something to me. Right. And then let me rebel off of your word. At least say something to me.
No, he didn't just say that.
Say that for the ones in the back.
You know what I'm saying? At least say something.
At least say something to me. I'm not gonna listen to you, but at least say something to me.
You feel me?
Say something. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something.
At least say something to me.
At least say something for me not to listen to.
At least. At least say something to me like, Mama told me that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just let me fall off the cliff. Like, hey.
Just tweaking.
Nobody said nothing. But you saw me falling off the cliff. Hey, said nothing.
Stepdaddy didn't say nothing.
Hey, this how they was looking as you was going?
Bro, I came back the next month. They had the hole in the wall where my room was. They got an extra extended. I'm like, dog. Y'all done moved me completely out.
That's why they say that. Okay, time for renovation.
Yeah, they done renovate the room, bro. I'm like, dog.
Oh, God.
I'm like, at least say something to me, and then I can rebel off of what you say.
Give me the chance to rebel.
Yeah, God, dog. But so I told my son, I was like, son, you ain't gotta. I said, when you turn 18, I ain't gonna kick you out. I said, respectfully, son, you ain't gonna know. Like, you don't know what's out there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, just like knowing your location, knowing where you're at, then you can do some real, and it hurts. It does not feel good.
It does.
The B2S podcast is brought to you by No Grind, No Glory Apparel, R828 edition. is a reminder to stay strong, to be courageous, to starve your fears, and to feed your faith. Even when it feels like everything is falling apart, just know that you were born to stand out and make an impact. Head over exclusively to www.nogrindnoglory.net and grab you some merch as a daily reminder that all things work together.
It does not feel good to be like, you know what? The whole time my kid been breathing, I have not been in this type in a greater financial situation. That does not feel good when you sit and you think about it and you look in yourself in the mirror like, yo, okay. But I'm telling you what does feel good. It feels good that, okay, I admit that I know that's where I'm at, and I know I have the power to change it.
Yep.
And I have the community around me to change it.
Yep.
And I have the word to feed myself about, bro. A lot of people will make different money decisions if they read some stuff from Proverbs, bro. Proverbs is packed with nutrients, bro.
It's a wisdom book.
It is.
When you look at the title,
Constantly enhanced.
That's what I call it.
when you look at the, bro, this is crazy. The King James Version and the NIV version, the scripture breakdowns are at the bottom of the page. And the King James Version ain't no scripture breakdowns. I mean, they have like the little numbers that you can go in the different scripture references. But a lot of what you're reading, they kind of give you like a preface in the beginning of each book. So when I was reading Proverbs a couple of days ago, I remember, don't come from my head, y'all, but I remember one part of the preface, it said that Proverbs is the book of wisdom, and then in quotations, it says something like, wisdom is something like the know-how to live skillfully.
Right.
Bro, I broke. I start crying. Cause when you thinking about when you really struggling, and it's funny because it's people who don't serve the Lord. I'm just saying. And some people who don't know Jesus, right? And they're in a better financial situation because they're using Proverbs. They're learning things to live skillfully.
It's practical.
Yeah.
Principle.
You can't change what you don't practice.
You did.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't change what you don't confront, like you said in a few podcasts back.
Yeah.
Like how do you know what you need to do if you're not willing to confront what it is that you're afraid to confront? You can't change what you don't know.
Yeah.
You can't experience true freedom if you're not. You know what? Just like you say, I'm just, I know I contributed to this.
Yeah.
Some of it was just bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like call a spade a spade.
Yeah. Straight up.
If we could do something different, we would have.
Right. Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, now you just got to figure out how can I get to a level to where I understand and maintain, but not only maintain, what can I sacrifice and push to the side what I don't really need. Because a lot of people like to look the part, but they don't want to look the part or be the part or feel the part. Because wisdom, it, like you say, doing that skillfully, it takes honesty. It takes, okay, what is my budget? What is going out? What is coming in? Okay, what bill is coming out? What can I do over here just to kind of manage to maintain? And a lot of it is just if you're not really paying attention, it's frivolous spending, and every little bit adds up. Every little bit, and sometimes we don't even look at that because we think it's minute. It don't matter, but it does. Because even with every piece of building that is built, every piece it matters. Because that's what you build on the entire structure of. So how can you build a structure of your life to a better foundation, and how can you redirect and reroute to a better way of living? That means you got to take some things out. That means you got to move some things to the side and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to buckle down. I'm gonna have to practically discipline myself. I'm gonna have to say that, be able to say no. That's one of the hardest things to do, especially when you want to do better and you see yourself doing better and want to be better, but it's kind of hard. It's frustrating with inflammation going up, and it's just like nothing's really panning out job-wise, but it's just like, okay, how can you maximize the potential and what's in your hand, and how can you duplicate that with your gift? Because a lot of times, I remember even with me, when I was Ubering a lot, man, I had to like really sit back because I was just like, man, I was chasing money, but I was neglecting my gift to a degree. Like I would do it, but then I remember I was looking at Strike. I was just like, just hearing how much he's in the studio, it kind of clicked for me. I was just like, dog, am I really like in this like I say I am? Am I really perfecting my gift like I claim I'm perfecting it? And it made me just sit back. I was just like, no, I really ain't. And then that's what made me start really perfecting that. And then that's when a lot of stuff started coming. So it's just like, man, find out what you're really gifted at. Find out what can bring you the lifestyle that you desire. But don't go money chasing, because you just chasing something blind. It's like a vapor.
Yeah.
You're just chasing the wind. That's it. And it's just like, man, and it'll take you further from your purpose. If there's no end goal, what are you doing?
It gotta be an end goal.
It gotta be an end goal.
And bro, sometimes your gift won't go if you don't say no.
Cause you trying to grow bars.
Sometimes your gift won't go if you don't say no. Like, you can't let people play with you. Like, if you're a singer, or if you anything that you use your mind to spit out, that's like if you're a singer, or you're a writer, or if you make graphics or websites, that's like an intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? Come from your mind, bro. And everything that we do mostly comes from our mind and stuff like that.
Yeah, everything that you do comes from your mind.
Yep.
So if you allow people to mess with your mind, your gift is not gonna go where it need to go. Like, you can't let people play mind games with you, try to make you feel bad for something. No, don't. No. Well, you supposed to help. No. No, I'm not.
Well, can you? No.
No, I'm not finna bad. No, don't try to make me feel bad for something that is upon you. That's not mine. That's on you.
Man.
So stop trying to play with my psyche, bro. Stop playing with me. That's on you. Stop trying to guilt trip me for something that you got into. No. Well, you supposed to. No.
Boy, you sound like Tyler Perry when you said that. When he came out of character on Medea. No.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because then you'll find yourself being pulled and not released because you're trying to please that person. No. The answer is no, capital, with an exclamation mark on the side of it. No. That's on you. That's not on me. I'm not gonna feel bad for something that you signed up for yourself. You're not gonna hold me captive.
Yeah, and that's why you gotta choose your squad wisely. You know, cause I can remember, you know, when we used to, you know, grow up play, you know, basketball, football, and you know, you choose the captains, and that can happen in multiple facets, different ways and stuff. The way you choose the captain, but then you begin to pick the team. But you pick your team off the skill set of the person that you was picking. So you knew something about that person that was like, man, hey, you know, I want this guy on my team.
Right.
So it's the same thing with this situation right here, because if you don't have the right people with the right skill sets around you, everything Alexandra just talked about, they're going to allow you to go into a place where you don't need to be, and your gift would never move forward.
Right.
Yep.
Because it took CJ to acknowledge something that Toby just toyed with all his life. He's like, man, I've been doing this. It's just something I do. I thought I was gonna make it to the league. I'm trying to figure out the rest of my life right now. Well, dude, I think I just figured out something. And the fact that, here's the kicker though. The fact that CJ, it wasn't really the fact, well, it was partially the fact that CJ acknowledged the gift that he saw, but it was more so also Toby acknowledging the fact that CJ put out something and he received it. The seed was planted and he took it and he watered it, he cultivated it,
Yeah.
he made sure the weeds didn't grow. He took the seed. A lot of times we rebuke the seed.
Mm-hmm.
We rebuke this. Oh no, I can't do that. No, I don't want to do that, man. I'm just playing around.
Could change your life.
It can change your life. Del Toro has this thing that he always say. He say, "I change your life if you let me."
Mm-hmm.
And boy, he do it so smooth. Well, that joke will be done dropped. Forget dimes and bombs. That joke will be dropped. He be dropping whole planets.
Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do. Yeah, he do.
And he say, and he'll always come. He say, and he'll give you that look. He be like, "I change your life if you let me." You know, like boy, he showed and that's it. You gotta I was just about to say you got to trust yourself, but you got to put yourself in position to trust yourself, because sometimes you don't trust yourself because of the position that you put yourself in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you got to trust yourself to say, I got the ball in my hands. I get to pick my squad. Hey, dog, I need you on my team because I know you you good. So you got to have those type of people. So when that seed is dispersed, you are in a position to catch it. Because see, even though you can look at the simple fact that they had success up to that point, but CJ had something to stand on because they had them built something. Too many times we're listening to people that ain't built nothing. How are you going to take constructive criticism from somebody that never constructed anything? But they want to give you constructive criticism. What did you construct?
Exactly.
And these are the people that we listen to.
I'll wait.
Oh, you shouldn't do that. Well, what? It was so funny, man. But it was funny in this because I'm looking at the growth of the kid, because I remember when the kid Hollywood talk, just say, so it's like, it was funny. So when I went out there to the school, so the coach was sharing some tips with the QB. So, and then, so the kid grabs the ball and he makes a smart comment, and yeah. Let me show you how you should have did it. Let me show you how to I'm gonna show the QB how to QB. Yeah, and I'm laughing. I say because okay, he's opening up, but we just gotta transform the language a little bit. So we working on that. Yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, but he plays defensive back. So for those that don't know, he plays on defense. So he's going to tell the quarterback how to be a quarterback.
Oh no!
But you're a defensive back. So and that's the first thing that goes in my mind. So we're listening to people.
Hold on. That was advocate. That was advocate.
Go ahead.
My friend.
Go ahead.
My friend.
Go ahead. I'm ready for this one.
Look. So this is high school, right?
Yeah.
Right. So now, if he played quarterback and Pop Warner and all that, then he knows, he can, because he have done it before previously. But if you haven't done it before, you can't.
You can do it, but that don't mean you're in a position to tell somebody else how to do it.
I don't know, bro.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because here's the thing: just because I play football don't mean I can coach it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Just because I built the house, I can tell you how to build a house.
Exactly.
So it's
every
like
house is
you see what I'm saying?
different. Yeah.
Now if you've built a successful family, if you've built a successful relationship, you built something.
Right.
So I have something to relate to.
Right.
But if you ain't did
You
nothing,
have leverage.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have leverage.
But what are we doing? But I've been in conversation. It's like a lot of times we're listening to people that ain't constructed nothing. Like if you listen, everybody's not going to be business owners. Everybody's not going to be entrepreneurs. Yep. If you got a great career, go by all means, keep it. Do you. But at the end of the day, is The worst thing, this Dr. Miles Monroe, God rest his soul, said this right here, and I'm gonna paraphrase it because I might not get it exactly right, but you'll understand what I'm saying. He said this right here: the worst thing that you can do is be successful at the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh man.
Yeah, dog.
So you can have your career, do you? But are your gifts being used? Are you in a place where you know that there's something more, there's something deeper, there's something greater, but you're tied to the dollar because of the comfortability of what it does for your family? Or can we use, like what the fellas talked about earlier, we can walk into some wisdom and maybe make some moves to put ourselves in a better position where we won't be strapped financially to make that transition to a place of purpose that may cause us to walk the way we may not get as much in the beginning, but it can actually be way more than what you're getting right now. But even taking the monetary value off the table, there is nothing greater than the fulfillment of one's feeling like they feel it accomplished in purpose.
I'll tell you.
Ain't no amount of money that can pay for that.
It hit different.
If that was the case, then Ricky Williams wouldn't have left the Miami Dolphins or whatever team he was playing for at the time and went off the grid. Yeah. He had to go deal with himself.
Oh, yeah.
Mid-career. One of the best running backs in the league, mid-career, left and just went off the grid. Nobody knew where he was, except for certain people. The Samari role, played for Florida State. That's a surgeon now.
Yep.
Spent most of his career in the NFL. Gift was in his hands. He's a surgeon now. The power of your gift, man. What is it? What are you lying on? What is it? That's what we're trying to. I ain't trying to go to my grave with my gifts in me because of the comfortability of my lifestyle. And thankfully, this is where decision making, when I'm talking about, man, you got listen, man. It ain't a shameless plug. It's a shameful plug, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, it's a plug. God dog it. Go get my book, The Blueprint to Success. I'm telling you, man. Even as an adult, you're gonna get something out of it. One of the feedback that I got from one of the young adults was that their favorite because I didn't do chapters, I did sections. And one of their section in the book was that they liked the best was, I got a section in there called Build Your Squad, where I'm talking about how to build relationships. It's my writing's on principle, so I don't care if you're a student or somebody in corporate, you can still get something out of it. And one of the people, she said that was my favorite part of the book, because when I was getting reviews from different people, and I was giving them copies of the book for them to give me a review. Yeah. And she said, I enjoyed that. That helped me a lot as a young person. She's in mid to late 20s maybe, and said that was the section that did it for me, was building a relationship. So and I talked about the situation that I said, growing up playing basketball, in the backyard, on the courts and stuff, you pick your squad. You get to choose who you want to pick. So that's why even with your mate, if you don't know how to choose your mate, that's a problem.
Yep.
Go back and check the last podcast, Trade Off. My boy Alxndr dropped some bombs. Character traits, you got to know who's in your circle. So, and the reason I'm saying that is because even when you have to sacrifice some things for the greater good of what you feel the greater is, your partner has to be on board with you. Because if not, it's going to be a pull.
A lot of friction
in that house.
You have to know she has to, she or he,
they have to be a part of the plan.
They have to know what we're doing, not what
you're doing. Exactly.
What we're doing. Because just because you're the one who's working and going to school at the time, they're the one who's, for one, they're missing you because your intellect and your attention is on something else, right? 95% of the time, all right? So you're going to be busy wrapped up in doing that. Second, the time is going to be gone. The children, all that stuff like that, if y'all have children, you know what I'm saying? Third, while you're leaving work early and going to school, they're staying at work extra couple hours later, probably about 3-4 times out of the week to make sure y'all have. So on both sides, it's equal. It's equal sacrifice. It might look different, but it's equal. And they have to.
No sacrifice is bigger than the other.
There you go. And you have to know why we're doing what we're doing.
Bro. Yes, sir.
Because they'll be more on board
Yeah.
along with what you got going on.
You have to know why we're
because
doing
they're
what we're doing.
included.
Yeah. ET said, bro, you just hit it. But ET said it's not about equal contribution; it's about equal sacrifice. Because each of us are willing to are able to give more in certain areas than the other person.
Yep.
So it's you gotta make sure that when you're building and you're choosing relationships, especially when it comes to your mate, that they have to be so in tune with you that when the change comes, they're willing to change with you. Because if they're not willing to change now, what expectation do you have of them to be willing to change later, and you're willing to accept because you don't want to be alone right now?
If one person is willing to go 100% all in, and the other person is trying to hold on to something, you're being slimy. You need to cut it out, bro.
Being selfish.
No. You're being slimy.
Yeah, that's being selfish.
Because you're afraid to go all in. No, go all in. This person over here going all in right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Right? Throwing everything out there. Just because you had before, no, it's time to do it again. Because if you're not willing to leave the situation, if you're not willing to go all in, leave. We ain't talking about one person is, if you're not willing to go all in when it's time, when you know the time is right, you're being slimy, you're being selfish.
I disagree with that, bro. You can't say that. That's being disrespectful.
I don't know.
Bro, you got to understand, like you haven't been on the same page with your ex. I haven't been on the same page with my wife. So how can I say I'm being slimy? That's a derogatory comment. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't know, because look, I'm saying,
dude, if you calling somebody slimy because they're not on the same page as the other individual.
No. If this person is going all in.
If this person is going all in, and because I'm not going all in, I'm slimy? No, dude.
No, because when you know you should be.
But that's not slimy, dog. You can't.
That's slimy, bro.
That's not slimy, dog. Slimy is derogatory.
Slimy.
That's just like calling somebody retarded, dog. That's derogatory. That's not what we're here to do. So at the end of the day, just because I'm not on the same page as you, I'm not slimy, dog. I'm being selfish. Because when you're in a relationship, you have, if you're not on the same page with the other person, you have to put yourself in the position of the other person, because growth doesn't happen at the same time all the time. So it doesn't make me a slimy person because I haven't grown as fast as you. It's too many factors to call somebody slimy because they're not on the same page as the other person.
No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the waiting on the growth factor.
No, you have to. You're telling me I'm slimy because I'm not on your page right now.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Because
that's what you're saying. If you're telling me you're all in and I'm not all in, I'm slimy because I'm not all in and you're. That's what you just said.
No, I'm saying if I'm all in, right? If I'm all in, you cannot be all in because of certain stuff. That's fine. If I'm all in and you can go all in, but you withhold it on purpose, bro, you're sabotaging the unit. That's slimy, bro. That's slimy. You are sabotaging the unit.
That ain't what you said. But that's not what you just said. You just added some factors. So that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, if somebody, you're talking about self-sabotage,
bro.
If
you see what I'm saying?
Right, but you didn't say that. You just said that now.
You said it in a way that the person didn't have no regard, like whatsoever.
Exactly.
Even in the midst of being wrong, they'll have some regard. Yeah. But just not as important because it's more important to you.
Exactly. You didn't bring that for you. Go back and listen to it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Because one thing that's derogatory is not what we're about, and we're not fit to do that. So at the end of the day, if I'm not on the same page as you, that's a selfish act. Now, we have to look on the inside and see where that selfish act is coming from. Because what happens is everybody has been raised a different way. Everybody has different experiences. So
different
views, different perspective, which goes back to the example that I used with the balance beam. Trust me, as you and Faith move along, if you haven't experienced it already, you're going to experience it. And it's going to be because of things that you went through or you didn't go through. Things where she's going to grow faster and things where you're going to grow faster. And you may self-sabotage consciously or unconsciously based upon reactions from what you've done and what you've been through.
Right.
Now, if you're with somebody that's just slimy, as you would put it, then that's a character flaw that you picked a bad person on your team. So I'm not picking nobody on my team because I picked who's on my team. And if I pick somebody on my team, then I have to own the simple fact that I have to go back to the drawing board and find out what's wrong with me for me to pick somebody like that on my team.
Why did I draw?
Why did I draw that? Because exactly. Because at the end of the day, you can be together 50, 60 years. Listen. You said something that was profound. Yeah. The power of saying no.
Yeah, for sure.
I stopped my wife from doing certain stuff because she would start stuff and not finish it. Now, people say, "Why you sure?" Like, no. I'm not fit to throw money away because she's trying to figure it out.
Right.
Now, I'm a very supportive husband. I am supportive because I stopped you because you ain't finished the last two things that we just spent money on. Because I'm big on consistency. I'm not being, you know what I'm saying? I'm not being selfish. I'm not being unfair and unjust. Yeah, sure. But I'm acknowledging the situation. It's like, okay, baby, you're trying to figure it out. So we don't have figure it out blowing money right now.
Yeah, we
ain't got figure it out blow out money right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna put a plug on this right here. Let's sit down and let's orchestrate something, and then we can move. Because what's happening is you're trying to find out, or you're trying to perfect your gift and trying to figure it out at the same time.
Right.
I love it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hold you back from finding out what that gift is or what it is. But I'm going to have to put a governor on it
properly with the wisdom.
Exactly.
Because you've been in that marketplace.
Exactly.
You know your purpose. You know. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Let's see how can we make this work.
Yeah.
What's your marketplace? Who is your demographic?
Yeah.
And that's like, I agree with you on that, because even with previous relationships before my last, it's just like, okay, what's going on? Wow, it's just like you see yourself, you pick somebody that you feel like is going to be with you in the long haul, but it's still that repetition, still the same. So I had to do a lot of digging and like, okay, and then realistically, man, it's sometimes we allow the love that we have for people, the vulnerability, the sensitivity to blindside us, because we don't look at what's really going on in reality. And it's no different with your purpose. It's no different with your gift. Like, you have to explore what it is that you are put on this earth to do. Because if not, then you're just going to be existing, as they say. We weren't put on this earth just to exist, and that's why you have to connect with different people. Like when you talked about Toby, and it's something that was profound that I thought about when you said about the power of not rebuking the seed. He didn't have to do what he was doing around CJ, because CJ, they just happened to be together, right? So what if he was so stuck on football, like, I gotta figure out a way to get it back on the field. What can I do? You know, and it's just football. He could have been turned off and be like, okay, that's all he on right now. You know, no matter what I infiltrate, it's not gonna resonate with him. But for that moment in that time, it shows you the power of listening to others who are around you, who see what you don't see, and that can bring out what could be. But if you're not willing to listen to what it is that they're trying to put on the inside of you, to recognize that, and just like if you're trying to research and trying to look for what you're looking for, okay, they gave you a pro bono, something easy for you to just like, it's like that's your first step. So whoever you're around, recognize your environment. Recognize who said what to you. They'd be like, hey, they said I was good at this. Well, let me try. That's all you got to do. You try everything else. It ain't working. Right. Try listening to the people that's trying to see and go where they know you want to go, where you desire to go. That's just it.
Yeah.
If we just listen to those around us and mentors and people who've gone before us, it's like what clicked in my head of why I'm staying on the path I'm staying on is just like, man, look, he did it, he in it. What's different with me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that same 1%.
Right.
Period.
Right.
It's taking a little minute, but I'm gonna get there.
Right.
And it's just like we gotta be advocates for each other, man, because it's like we'll blindly, willingly just go wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, nah, bro. No.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you gotta come over here, bro. Like this right here. Nah, this ain't you.
Yeah.
This ain't you.
Yeah.
Nah, just come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we don't do that no more a lot.
Mm-mm. No, because everybody
have,
got it. Yeah.
We don't even cherish it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, come on, man.
It's the climate, dog. It's and I've said this and I'll say it again. It's like everybody's trying to do their own thing instead of trying to work together, and then nobody's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody has the answer. Everybody has the collab. I think that's probably the most powerful thing we've said tonight, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we don't receive, you know what I'm saying, like the seeds, you could be really literally missing out on the cultivation of your gift.
Yeah.
Or whatever that can send you or usher you into the right space.
Mm-hmm.
Pastor's been married like maybe 6 years now.
About 6 years.
7 years now. Right?
Yeah.
He would give sound marital advice, but then people, because he was young, and then people would look at him like, well, you're not even married. Who are you to give marital advice? I've been in relationships. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
Right? So
it's just another top tier form of a relationship.
But the man was just full of wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
But people would come to him, and it just because I know some of them, and they would share some certain stuff with me, so that's how I would know. But I don't say nothing.
Right.
But then I go back to him. It's like, well, you know, whatever they said, whatever. I was like, but they did the opposite of what you told them. So they didn't receive the seed. So it's like, but then their life is full of chaos. I'm like, but it be blowing mind. This is like, but I listen to a lot of that. Even like, just it's like, well, why don't you try now? Nah. Well, why don't you? Nah. Well, why don't you? Nah.
Because it requires work.
Yeah. You know, it
requires change.
It's all of that stuff.
Yep.
It's all of that stuff, because if I'm going to choose, once again, if I'm going to choose that person or that person on my team, on my squad, I may not be in the same space that you're in. I may do it, but I have to put myself in a position to. And the only thing I can think of that's coming to mind is like make it make sense.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we have to go back and how do I communicate what I'm trying to explain? How do I communicate my gift?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I can't do that, then that's going to cause friction. That's going to cause confusion. So when I went to my wife, it was like, I'm not stifling you, but I have to govern you. Because when I said in the last podcast, or whichever one, I was like, she's the free bird.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the one that's stiff. So she had to kick me out the plane. But I had to pull her backpack. Say, nah, you don't see that big tree sitting right there. You know what I'm saying? So, but what happens is that's something that's been built over time. So that trust was built over time.
Right.
So I can't trust you with my gift if I can't trust you.
It's facts.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a building. It's so when we're talking about this stuff, it's like it's reason we try to stay well around it is because all of that stuff is impacted by every decision that you make. So if I'm gonna have somebody to help me nurture or push this gift, then it's gonna have to be somebody that I value their information or value something that they bring to the table. Because I'm not gonna allow you to drive my Bentley if you just dogged out your Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But if
if it's like, man, yeah, you know, hey, you know, well, yeah, you good, yeah, man, go take a spin around the block. And for me to give you my Bentley, the key to my Bentley,
It's like saying, God, I trust you.
I trust you. I trust you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I can't give you my gift if I don't trust you.
Right.
And so I think when the scripture talks about being unequally yoked, that's just in it's in so many ways. And a lot of times Christians have took that as a relational or marital type thing, but it goes, you know what I'm saying? It goes actually it goes across the board, because it's Jesus, man. It's I had a conversation today with somebody, and they shared some stuff with me, and it was like, wow, dude, bro, I ain't know you went through that. So I can see why some of the things you say and do, why you do, and it's just, and that comes from being mishandled.
Right.
So it's like you're dealing with a lot of people that are broken, and the reason that a lot of people are broken is because they're like in the Bible, Mephibosheth. He got dropped as a baby. They mishandled him. So now your trauma is leaking into your relationship. So now your partner's trying to do some things and you're holding them back. That's y'all let that go. Yeah. Because what happens is, here's the problems. It's a team. It's what I tell the team. You're a team.
Yeah.
But the problem is, when you don't see yourself as a team, you don't see the benefit as a team. So they'd be so concerned about with me and my position and me trying to get a scholarship. Yeah. But some of the things that you do as a team, it's going to get you what you're looking for.
Exactly.
And so where I'm going with this is, even with your relationships and your partners and things like that, a lot of times we don't see the benefit of me pushing them to achieve their goals or even cultivate their gift, is because we don't see the benefit of being a part of the team.
Right.
Because you got to realize the same ingredients that's in the cake is in the crumb.
Sure is.
So if my wife blow up, that means I blow up. If I blow up, that means she blow up. So internally, then I'm going to have to deal with those issues that's putting me in a position to trying to hold my partner back from even achieving or accusing, of those things. But you, once again, like we would say, you have to be honest with yourself and really have that conversation. Like what is it? What is it? What is it gonna hurt? What is it? What is putting you in a position to hold that person back that you say that you care about? You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if we look at it properly, everybody can eat.
Right.
Everybody can eat. Just like, okay, you got a couple, one wants to go back to school. It's going to change the whole dynamics of the household. You're grown. But you both got jobs and you got kids. And I think a lot of times we don't be realistic about the things that we say that we want.
Right.
And so what happens is, exactly, because now it's like, yeah, you think about it, no, but you don't think about it till you're in the heat of the battle, because now you're fussing in the kitchen because you mad because he didn't cook. Well, he just got off the job, went to school, and you got off, you had to go pick up the babies from the daycare, and you're chasing babies and whatever you had to do, so ain't nobody cook, ain't nobody had no time to cook. Now y'all looking at each other, y'all fuss. It sounds good, I'm gonna go to school, but it's like, when you truly make that decision, then you have to truly confine to the peacefulness that comes along with the calamity with that decision.
You gotta read that fine print.
You gotta read that fine print. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to, okay, we're gonna cultivate this, but let's make sure that we stay in a place of, okay, maybe you just need to only take one class right now. Right. Don't try to go take 3 and 4 classes. Maybe you need to take 2 classes right now. Whatever that situation may be. And so it comes to really, really once you figure, even if you figure out going into that direction, it's about movement. So, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna be straight up honest. Sometimes you can have that communication, and it changes midstream. Been there, done that. I've been the product of that. You know what I'm saying? So, how you gonna handle that?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? How you gonna? It's so many moving parts. But I think the key foundational thing is making sure that when you're surrounded with people, you're surrounding yourself with people that are not going to be yes people, and they're going to just really tell you the hard truth down facts. Because, and the reason I used Toby's example, because that was the only one that came to my mind at the time, but I think it was a really good example, and just to see where this young man has taken his life, his family's career, and the man don't do nothing if he wants his family there, and y'all don't want his family there because of the job, he ain't taking it. He ain't taking it. We say we want success on our own terms, but then we go back and bend the terms. And I seen something. What show was that? And it was in reference to. I was watching last night the show. Kirk Franklin got now.
Oh yeah, the dating show.
And the young lady during it had a breakdown, so she separated herself from the rest of the cast because something had triggered her, because she realized, she said what happened was she had standards, but because of her situation and where she was, she set the bar, but because she didn't, quote unquote, wanted to be, by herself, and she cared for the guy, whatever, and the guy was doing stuff that wasn't, like bad, but it wasn't good for her, and it was hurting her. So she said basically what she do every time he did something, she had the bar, but every time he did something just to stay with him, she moved the bar. So that's what happens in our life. We keep moving the bar instead of just setting the standard.
That's what it is.
And just keeping it is what it is. And so during that time when you're doing it, it's once again, I'm hounding it because I just had too many conversations where people are not. It's hurtful, especially when you have a spouse that is trying to do something, or a partner that is trying to do something and the other one's not on board, and you feel like you're crushed. And so what do you do in those moments? What do you do in those moments? You know what I'm saying? You just...
Are you champion, or are you causing damage?
Sometimes you got to sit back and let the smoke clear before you know what I'm saying?
Filter.
Yeah. It's a certain way to put out the fire.
Yeah, filter that thing.
You can't, some fires you got to put salt on it and not water. Depends on where it at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was a deep one.
Jesus.
Yeah. Because your gift will make room for you, and you got to put it in the hands of the right people. Because gotta go. In the a house in the right woman's hands will make a home.
Bars. For real.
A basketball in my hand, it ain't worth a hill of beans. But a basketball in LeBron James' hand, worth millions. Football in my hand don't mean a hill of beans. A football in the Lamar Jackson hand, 200 million plus.
And then some. On top of the bonuses.
You know what I'm saying? So, man.
Made me go back and think about the guy on the Cosby Show that played I think Avon. I got it right here. And 50 had he played Elvin Thibodeau on the Cosby Show, and he was working at, I think, at Joe Tractor's trailer like Joe Tractor
Oh
Supply.
yeah, I saw that.
And it made me think about
yeah.
everybody just swarmed in with love. Be like, hey man, because they thinking he doing bad, but it's like,
Thinking
no,
he hadn't fell
I just
off.
know
Yeah.
how the industry is, that I need something consistent and solid. So he was cool. He was happy. And he was still looking for work, but it just wasn't coming like that. And
Yeah.
when they made such an uproar and people seen what was been previewed, and 50 put in a call and he became the lawyer on the Power Show. So it's just like, it just show you like the power of a seed that somebody else's seed that you've cultivated, that you've been trying to cultivate and keep it processed and things of that nature. But man, it's powerful when you have other people that can put you in position to win. And man, he won big and still in that position. So it's just like, don't rebuke the seed. That's the best takeaway we can give them with this episode. Don't rebuke the seed. Don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to try what it is that they see in you.
Yeah.
Because you can free a lot of family in your generation. Like you're pretty much people are tied to your purpose and to your gift. And until you tap into that, a lot of them will still be bound. That's what keeps me going and motivated. That's what keeps me sharp. There's people tied to my purpose that need to see me so they can get delivered from whatever it is they need to be delivered from.
That's it. They'll always say you the aspirin to somebody's headache. Your gift will not only set you free, but those that you're supposed to touch free.
Yep.
And so what happens is we live in bondage, and then everybody else is in bondage because we ain't free, because we ain't walking in our gift.
Mad at the world.
Mad at the world.
Swinging in the air like Cuba.
Radio.
Don't do it. Listen,
man.
I would rather try something that somebody suggest, like, and that was crazy. I know we got to go, but what was crazy when you said how CJ told him, "Hey, you need to do that." There was a power and an enforcement behind, "Hey, you need to do that," which clicked with him. They'd be like, "All right, let me try," versus a suggestion. Like, it's a difference. It's a whole different weight.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about it. I was like, man, it was how he came across and presented it to him, just like, like, oh, you think I'm that dope? All right, let's see where we can take it. Let's see where we go. Trust the process, and trust the people that's around you. That is going to be beneficial for you, not harmful. Going through with it. You tried everything else.
Talk that talk, George.
Man, just go ahead and do it. Hey, what you waiting for? Cause I'm gonna be in mine. I'm gonna be constant. I've been constantly working behind the scenes.
By any means
content.
necessary.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
Once that ball started rolling, it's going downhill from now, in a good way.
Move, get
Traction.
out the way.
That's it.
Get out the way.
Oh no! But man, just do it.
Like Nike.
Just do it.
Yeah.
That's it. Just
That's
do
it.
That's all I got, bro.
That's it.
That's all I got. Just do it.
That's it.
And I think people get confused with the figure it out. It's like, it's a blessing that you somewhat don't have to figure it out when somebody sees something that they presented to you. It's just working it. Work what they present to you. Oh, I gotta figure it out. Figure it out. It's for the people that don't know at all. But just sit down long enough with yourself. With everything.
Everything.
Flaws and all.
Flaws and all.
Trade off.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
Yo, man, that's another one we're going to wrap up tonight, man. Listen, man, if you got something you want to close out with, dog? So, Yeah, man, you just gotta be receptive of the seeds being thrown at you, man. Yeah, you got to, man. You just never know what's gonna come up. You just never know what's gonna grow.
Exactly.
That's it, man. So we got about 5 months left. So actually, that's as of right now. So depending upon when this airs, because like I said, we do record ahead. So we could be at the 4-month mark. So you got to see where you at, man. Don't leave out of 2023 holding on to your gifts. And I think, is it the raccoon? I forgot which animal one of my buddies was telling me. It's like that they're so stubborn. You could put a banana in their hand and they won't let that banana go. They'll actually chew their hand off before they let it go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I say if you put something in the jar, have them stick their hand down there, and it'll just they won't let it go. They'll chew their hand off before they let it go. Don't be that person.
I'm trying to tell you.
Don't be that person. Don't go out of 2023 holding on. At least kick the door open a little bit and release, man. So hey, that's all we got for y'all tonight, man. This has been another 5 episode, man. Let's end 2023 with a bang. Got a couple months left. Hey, make it the best, rather. I guess I'd say, as E.T. would say, make the rest of your life the best of your life, man. That's true. Because you never know when you gotta go.
Trying to tell
So
you.
that's it. All right, y'all, man. Y'all remember this. Shoot for the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. If you think different and be different, you have the opportunity to live different. And once again, we'll see you on the other side of success. See you next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.